Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is your girl Kayla Rouser-Davis, and I'm back with a new tutorial video tutorial, whatever you want to call it. And today I'll be talking about the SUBCULTURE Anastasia palette. It's been a lot of drama going around dealing with this palette. Some people hate it, some people love it, some people think it's okay. You'll know by the end of this video what I think of this palette and if I would recommend this palette or not. But if you guys want to get this look, stay tuned. So I'm going to make sure this is like a talk through so you guys can see me actually talk about the palette, what I don't like about the palette and what I do like about the palette. So yeah, so we're going to talk a lot, like you're in the room with me. We're going to talk a lot about this palette. Also, I bought 3 of her lipsticks. I bought Honey, Range, and Brandy. And today I'll be using Honey because this will be really pretty with this eye look I created. So let's get into it. So first I'm going to go in with my MAC Paint Pot and Painterly, and I'm going to use this RC Cosmetics brush. Also, don't mind my nails and don't mind my hands because I'm ashy. I told you guys my hands are going to be ashy because I don't like putting lotion on when I'm doing my face. I do that last. So I do this like this. Now I'm going to take my MAC Mineralized SkinFinish powder to set the eyelid, and I'm going to use my RC Cosmetics blending brush. Okay, so let's start with the palette. So first, I'm going to take ROXY, which is this pretty peachy salmon shade right here. And of course, my camera is like, it's hella bright in here so you guys can see and see all my flaws. But this is ROXY. If you've seen the palette, you know this is ROXY. Okay, so about that shade, I've been seeing a lot of talk about that particular shade, how it has a lot of fallout, how stuff isn't blending correctly, etc. So the con about the shade, yes, it's a lot of fucking fallout. Like, so I'm gonna take my M573 brush, and as you can see, it's like mine is not falling out the pan, it's just like getting everywhere, but it's like really pigmented, if you can see that. Like, there you go, now it's starting to, like, the more I tap in, the more fallout I get, which I don't like, but I mean, yeah. And I just hate that it gets on all the shadows. Like, this is getting on this pretty shadow right there, which I do not like, but whatever. Also, I've noticed that you really have to take your time with blending these shadows. Also, a little goes a long way with these shadows. Like, you just have to build. Like, a little goes a long way. You do not want to pop and slap it on your eyelid because you're going to mess up. This is my first attempt, so I didn't have to do 3, 4, 2, 5, 10, 7 attempts. Thank God, because I would have been pissed. No lie. So I think it's all about hand motions, how much is on the brush, what brush you use, and I think it also depends on like the colors you put together also. But that's the only thing I don't like about ROXY. The fallout is true. Go with the light hand as possible, because when I was dabbing in it, I was like, what the fuck? Like, dab, what the fuck? That's all I gotta say about ROXY. It's alright. I give it, out of a 1 to 5, I'll give it a 4. 3.5. I give it a 3.5 because I like the shade. I like the pigmentation. It's gorgeous on my skin. It shows up on my skin. The only thing I don't like is the fallout. The fallout is horrible. See, fallout. You can't see it, but I see it. It's fallout. but it does still away. You know, just a blow away will keep the dirt away. I don't know. Next, I'm going to take my Morphe M433 brush, and I'm going to go in with All Star, which is this purple shade right here next to this pretty bronze and this gray. So, about All Star. All Star doesn't have that much fallout. I mean, it's a lot of pigment. Like, one tap, you get a lot of pigment. And do not do this pow pow. You at least want all the pigment you can, because if you do this, well, you still have some on there, but it's not what you want, you know? Like, I want it on there. But okay, it gives you, All Star has a little fallout, but it's not like ROXY. I don't know why ROXY has so much fallout. And then you can see the indent in the shadow, so you know this is like really pressed, like finely pressed, like pressed, like. That's crazy. You can see my hair, like hair taps in ROXY, which is weird. So yeah, I don't know. ROXY is just a shade of its own. I don't know. So I'm kind of like rating the shadows as I go for you guys, so you guys can know what's the deal. And I'm being honest as fuck. I mean, if you guys been with me since day one, you already know how I am. But yeah, ROXY 3.5, All Star 4.5, and time to blend in the crease. All Star was fading on me, like it was so weird, like it started fading. So with that, do dabbing motions, like dab the shadow on your lid and then blend. It was going like this, it was disappearing, which is weird as fuck. Okay, so we're gonna give All Star a 4 now. We're gonna have to give it a 4. That was that was weird to me. That was weird. But I fixed it by just patting on. I fixed it just by patting it on my eyelid, and it worked fine. So it was a 4.5. All Star, you was a 4.5. Now you're a 4, because I forgot about that. Now that I started blending. So. I'm gonna have to work a little bit harder with this palette, like with some of the darker shades, but that's okay. I'm willing to work with it. I actually came into this video with positive fucking thoughts, because I did not want this video to be negative. Well, I really don't care if it's negative, but like, I didn't want my mind to be negative about this shit, and then I do not like the palette at all. Get the palette with positive thoughts, and that's what I did. And that's what I did, and I learned some tricks to use this palette. So with All Star, dab, and blend. Back in with the orange, well, that peachy shade, and blend some more. Okay, so now I'm going to go in with my LA Girl Pro Concealer in the shade Fawn, and we're going to do a semi-cut crease. And I'm going to use my Sonia Kashia 110 brush. And it's okay if it's not perfect, because you're going in with glitter anyway. So I'm just gonna spread it out and make sure it's like smooth with the Juvia's J127 Precision brush. I'm going to use Dawn, which is this pretty like peachy beige, and I'm going to take my Juvia's J11 Definer. So about Dawn, oxidize. Like, I was pressing it into my lid, and I was like, why are you changing colors on me? So I'm gonna give Dawn a 3, because it's pigmented. Is it fallout? Not as much fallout. What else I would give her? 3. But the shit oxidized, so it's misleading. It'll be beautiful on like mine to darker for like a lid color or a, I wouldn't even do it as a base. I just do like a base for like if you're gonna put like a glitter on top or something like that. But like for the crease and stuff, nope. But for your palies, your pale ladies, medium, no, not medium. For like your pale ladies, Caucasian ladies, beautiful as a transition color. But for us, like women of color, nope. But it's gonna change. It's so weird, y'all. It started changing. Like I never seen an eyeshadow change colors. But it's not like an ugly color though, so I'm not complaining. That's why I gave it a 3. But I just wanted to let you guys know that Dawn will change. It's like oxidized, which is weird as fuck. But that's okay, because I only use it as a lid color. Like, and it's so blotchy. But it's oxidizing, which is so weird. And you don't have to have your semi-cut crease, like I said, crisp. But y'all, it turned like a dark peach. It's pretty, but it's crazy, and it's kind of patchy. We're gonna get her 2.5. 2.5 for effort, pigmentation, and the peach, the dark peach. So now we're gonna go in with Electric, which is this pretty green eyeshadow. So the thing about Electric, is hella creamy. So you're gonna need a really good flat brush to get this shadow out. I didn't use any water, no setting spray, no nothing. This is that shadow consistency of like a paste. It's kind of like a paste, a glittery paste, which I don't have like anything bad to say. I give it a 4 because I like that it's a paste. It looks hella pretty, and you won't have to use any water or anything, or like shadow stuff like that, which I like. I just hate that you have to layer it. I think I did like 2 or 3 layers of the Electric separated. Yep, time to put the, Dawn is separated. Is it separated or am I fucking tripping? Yep, it's separating. Dawn, you're a 2. So Electric, I'll give you a 4. Like very buildable, but you might hit pan hella fast. That's the only thing. I don't see why people had a problem with this shade. It's so fucking pretty. It's so pretty. I already have my thought on this palette. I'm just gonna let you know now. If you're a beginner, I would not recommend this palette because you will have a lot to do. And I know you guys don't have time. Some of you don't have time to be messing up and doing it again and messing it up and doing it again and messing up. I recommend this palette if you love Anastasia or you just want her palette, or your experience with makeup, because I kind of like the palette. Like, even though ROXY fucked me up, I still like the palette. Even though Dawn oxidized on my ass, I still like the palette. Even though you got a dab with All Star, I still like the palette. Like, you just have to work with what you have, learn techniques that will work with this palette, and you will be fine, because that's the only thing. Is you have to work with it. That's the only thing. You're gonna have to have trial and error with this palette. That's what I can see. You're gonna have to have trial and error. That's why I would not recommend this for beginners. I would recommend the Modern Renaissance for beginners, because that's a really good palette in my eyes. I need to buy another one. Let me show y'all my palette. Let me show y'all. Okay, this is my Modern Renaissance palette. Dirty and nasty. Yeah, I use them. Finna hit pan on this one. You see a little hole in this one. Fin to hit pan. Gonna hit pan. I try not to hit pan on that because this shade is so pretty. But like, big dent in this one. Trying to do a dent in that one. Like, I actually use this palette. I love the Modern Renaissance. I love this palette. So I really would recommend the Modern Renaissance for beginners. My first time doing this palette, like, this is my first time opening it. Besides what I showed y'all on Snapchat and Instagram, like the preview of the palette, this is my first time doing a look with this palette. And this is, I didn't have to wipe it off, thank God, or anything. So yeah, I'm keeping this palette. Like, the reviews really made me want to return this palette. Like, no BS. Like, I was like, damn, I'm gonna have the same problem. I might as well just do a video on it, and if I don't like it, return it. But I'm going to keep the palette because I actually kind of like it. Like, I kind of like it, and I'm willing to like see what works with what. You know, like, it is what it is. I mean, it's really pigmented. It's a lot of fallout. Well, ROXY is a lot of fallout. And electric, you just have to, like, not dig, but like, you're going to need a good brush. Like, no BS. You're going to need a good flat brush. So that's basically my review on this palette. And I'm sticking to it. I like it. I'm going to keep using it on tutorials. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, I don't know what to say. Like, you really can't say much because everybody did a review on this palette and it was negative. Like, it was bad. But you had some that was actually good, which is like, but I like the palette. Now I'm going to take Rowdy, which is this purple, dark purple shade. And I don't think I didn't have any trouble with that shade at all. I give Rowdy a 5. And this is the Morphe E17 brush. I'm gonna use my Ebony Decay Heavy Metal and Distortion. See, I can't pronounce words right. I need to learn to pronounce stuff right. But I'm gonna use this and put it in my crease. It's gonna be this pretty bright green. While my lashes are drying, we're going to go ahead and prime. And I'm going to use my Nivea's Man Sensitive Post Shave Balm and my Sephora Mattifying Primer. For my foundation, I'm going to go in with Coverfx Natural Finish Oil Free Foundation in G110 and Makeup Forever Foundation in Y505. So I'm going to take my RC Cosmetics foundation brush to spread everything out. Is my Morphe foundation brush M439. So now for my concealers, I'm going in with my Shade Tapes concealers in Tan and Deep. Now I'm going in with my Sacha Buttercup setting powder to set. Okay, so we're gonna let that set. And y'all, so I went to Walmart today so I can get a face powder. Still have my MAC face powder, but I know you guys want me to start using like more drugstore stuff. So I'm taking baby steps, you know, trying to get in there. And I bought the Maybelline New York Fit Me Matte and Poreless Normal to Oily powder in the shade Mocha, which is 360. And I think it's gonna match me pretty darn good, if I might say. And it was only like $5. I like that it comes with a mirror, and I'm not gonna use that damn sponge because why would I not have a brush? But if you don't have a brush, you can use a sponge. But yep, and I'm gonna take my Morphe E41 brush. So let me know down below if you guys like the Fit Me foundation, if I should try that, because I would love to. Because I like the powder. The powder looks good. Yep. So I'm going in with my Covergirl Queen Collection bronzer, or bronze. I usually bronze though. I'm going to use the MAC 168 maybe. For blush, I'm going to take my matte blush in Raizin. I'm going to spray my face with the Mario spray. And then I'm going to take my highlighter from Anastasia, the Glow Kit in SunDipped. And I'm going to use bronze in Tourmaline. And I'm going to use my Morphe M501 brush. Now I'm going to go ahead and use ROXY and All Star for my lower lash line. Use the Morphe I'm going to use the Morphe E18. So now I'm going to go in with Cube, which is this shade right here, and I'm going to put that in the inner tear duct. And no fallout from that shade. It looks pretty pigmented on my brush. And I get a shade of 5 because it doesn't have a lot of like fallout. But it kind of is the same like texture as Electric, so they're basically the same texture, and I don't have a problem with the texture. I actually like the texture, so but that's a 5 for me. The only thing I had a problem with was ROXY. ROXY does have a lot of fallout, but it's pigmented. Dawn, I like it, but it just oxidized, which is weird because I never witnessed that before in my life. All Star, you just have to dab and blend. ROWDY, good. It blend out really nice. So I like it. I like the palette. I'm gonna take my Makeup Forever pencil in M5, and just a black pencil. I like the packaging. Rose gold, looks lit. Logo on the top, on the side, and it has the matte lipstick, and it has the name, how many grams, how many ounces, where it's made, the brand, and the month, like it expires, which is good. And I'm gonna swatch it for you guys. And it's so pretty. On me, it looks like a pinky peach on me. So I'm going to take my pencil, and this is the Colourpop K pencil, because ladies, you always want to wear a lip liner, as in don't be going out here with just lipsticks that's pale or bright nudes, because you know you need to line your lips. Like, let's be realistic, let's be grown about this. know what? Anastasia should have came out with like lip liners too. That would have been lit. So the lipstick, okay, it's matte, but it's comfortable, which is weird. I don't know, like, it feels like nothing is on my lips. It's not drying. It's kind of like it's conditioning your lips, but it's matte. Y'all know how to explain this lipstick at the moment. I'm like really lost. Like, how can you have a conditioning matte liquid lipstick, like a conditioning matte lipstick? It's like really pretty, easy to put on. This is weird, but I like it. So A+ for the liquid lipsticks. I mean, not the liquid lipsticks. A+ for the matte lipsticks. I recommend those. They cost $18 each, and I'll be doing a look with each lipstick. So this is Honey on my lips with a brown lip liner. And vote down below if you want to see Range or Brandy. Brandy is like a burgundy, and Range is like a purple. I'll take my Urban Decay setting spray. So I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I would recommend this palette if you love makeup or if you're an Anastasia collector. I would say get this palette, but if you're a beginner, don't get it. But if you're a beginner willing to be patient with this palette and learn techniques on how to blend, how to apply, I say get this palette. I'm keeping this palette. I will not return this palette. I love the packaging of this palette because it won't get as dirty as the Modern Renaissance. I love the packaging. I actually like the formula of electric and cube. Like, I like the formula. I like that it's kind of like a pasty cream and it applies like it does. I don't have to wet my brush or anything. You really just have to work hard on the mattes. But I like this palette and I'm keeping it. So that's just my honest opinion about this palette. Just make sure if you get this palette, go in with a positive mindset, to be honest with you. Just go in with a positive mindset. And if you just don't like something, you just don't like it. I mean, it's up to you, honestly. Everybody's different. Maybe the batches are different. I don't know. But I like the palette. I love the lipstick. So yeah, lipstick A1. I'm probably going to order some more. Don't know. I'm starting to get back into lipsticks instead of liquid lipsticks. Don't know what's going on, but I'm enjoying lipsticks. I love you guys. Thank you guys for supporting me, and I'll see you guys in my next video.